Hello, YouTube friends. It's Rusty and Ann.
Hello.
We thought we'd hop on and do a little video with a little update on Alzheimer's life. So our last video was our office quotes video, which Ann slayed. I was trying to think of a cool word. Yeah, we did our office quotes video. That was really fun. So check that out if you haven't checked it out. But yeah, thought we'd give a little update on our life, and then Alzheimer's related, we did start our new clinical trial. Yes. So we went into our friends at Banner Alzheimer's in downtown Phoenix, and it was the first day of Ann's clinical trial. So the first day of the clinical trial, meaning she started the medication. We've had several visits related to this clinical trial, but this was kind of like day one. And so that is usually accompanied by questions for both of us, really. We both go back and answer some questions. Ann may have done an MMSE, but we're not really sure if she did or not. It would make sense if she did. But anyway, they asked me questions about how things have been going the last month or so. They ask Ann questions, and then she does blood work. They give her a physical, and then she takes the first dose of her medication. And so we now have the medication. It's a study sponsored by Merck, and it has some really weird sounding name to the medication. It's not some nice, easy to remember thing, but anyway, it's supposed to interact with donepezil, which is one of the medications Ann takes. Donepezil's one of the common medications that I think the way I describe it is it helps the symptoms of Alzheimer's be a little milder. And so it doesn't cure anything, but it just helps with some of the symptoms. So anyway, this medication is supposed to work with donepezil in the hopes of slow, stop, or reverse. That's our little mantra.
Yes.
Slow, stop, or reverse. So yeah, so that was just a few days ago. We had our first official day of that. So now we're taking that medication every day. Well, Ann is. So yeah, we started that, and we check in with them about once a month, I think, is what the plan moving forward will be. So yeah, we'll definitely keep you posted. Nothing crazy to report yet after a few days. No crazy progress, no crazy side effects to our knowledge. So, but yeah, we really enjoy being part of those studies and going down there. We always get a delicious Panera Bread lunch when we're there. It's about a 4-hour visit. That can vary up or down a little bit depending on what they need to do. But so it's a little bit of an extended visit. So yeah, when we're there over lunchtime, they give us this wonderful lunch, which we treasure in our hearts and our digestive system. So we started that medical trial up, and so that's great. We'll keep you posted. Just thinking about how Ann's been doing. Do you have any thoughts or on how you're doing, or observations, or?
I haven't had any meltdowns or anything, have I?
No, not really.
Okay.
No.
So, yeah, I'm pretty good.
Pretty good. She's had, I think, I would say, and it's really hard when, I think, as we've mentioned in previous videos, it's been a very slow progression for Ann, which we're super thankful for. I think that maybe like using her phone's gotten a little tougher. I help a lot with texts or keeping the text straight, or so sometimes it's easy for her to get texts mixed up or lose track of who said what and that sort of thing. And that's definitely an area that I want to just help, you know, and to manage so that she can continue to use it, you know, because that's such a big key part of most people's lives is their phones and just using their phones to stay connected to people. And so, so just hopefully we can continue to keep that up. But let's see, on the personal side, since our last video, which I think was a little over a month ago, we made a trip to Georgia to visit our younger daughter. It was her birthday, and we had a great time out in Atlanta. Our daughter Lindsay does it up for her birthday. She every year she makes it into this huge thing and invites a lot of people, and she makes t-shirts. And so she bought t-shirts for everybody. And Ann and I's,
100 or something?
no, it wasn't that. It was maybe like 50, I think.
Oh, okay.
But Ann and I's first job upon landing, we went, and she gave us the option, but we agreed to help, was ironing on. So she gets all these shirts and then she prints off the iron on. And then so we have to iron it on to the shirts.
These little tiny ones. We didn't have a big iron.
They were, that's right. There was a little baby iron. It was somebody, one of the other, some of her friends in the apartment complex. I'm sure it must have been a household of guys, but it was just a little iron. Like, I mean, it was unique. So, but anyway, we ironed on shirts, and so every shirt would have a different picture of Lindsay being goofy in some way or something. So, but we had a great time. Great time in Atlanta.
It's so beautiful there.
It is.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Really pretty.
It.
And then a week and a half ago or so, our older daughter Nikki came to town for a visit, for a weekend visit, and so we just treasure the time we get with either one of our girls. So it was great to have Nikki here, even though it was a quick weekend. We're just grateful to have her. So, and then we've got a trip to San Diego planned coming up, so that'll be great to see. That'll be great to see our family and friends out in San Diego. We love getting to go out there to visit. So, we're looking forward to that. And it's starting to heat up here in Phoenix, but it hasn't been too bad so far. So we'll take it. Got a little rain the other day, which was crazy. Looking forward to our summer. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. That's kind of the latest. We'll continue to pop in and give updates on Alzheimer's and our clinical trial and the life. So thanks for tuning in, watching along. Please keep us in your prayers and your good thoughts. And we hope you have an amazing day. Bye.
Bye.